At Headwaters on our early childhood campus, every child is known and cared for in a deep and loving way.
It's a place where a child can come and be themselves, explore anything that excites them.
This is their first introduction to school, and our school introduces them in such a way that maximizes their joy, their curiosity, and it maximizes the relationship between the child and the guide.
They get to spend their days in a place that is entirely their own.
That environment prepares the child to own her education as she moves forward.
It's going to nurture his emotional needs as well as help guide him in learning how to express those emotions.
Every child has a different type need. Developmentally, there's a generalization of what their needs are, but we truly look at each child.
We know we want a whole, happy, confident, caring, productive human being as an adult. What are those pieces?
They're really in tune to making sure that each child is successful with their own specific needs.
When they're young, within the first 6 years of life, we're really just trying to provide opportunity after opportunity after opportunity for them to move toward things that are of genuine interest.
This is my first number roll I made.
I sat on a pot.
Did he? Is that right? Look at the picture.
When we think about our value on the individual and really knowing the children well and knowing their context really well, we turn to Montessori and that approach and that philosophy, and it's a container within which we can do our best work with the children.
With the Montessori environment, there's a lot more independence and a little bit more freedom in it as well, along with that structure.
The environment is set up with the materials laid out in such a way it's grouped. They're categories. We have sensorial, and we have practical life, we have math, we have language.
And a child can start at one end and go, no, that doesn't look challenging enough. Oh, this one, yes.
Children are drawn to practical life, the real work.
They sweep up, they clean the tables.
My community job is cleaning the library.
They're learning coordination and concentration, paying attention to detail, economy of movement, a job well done.
My son is really curious, like at home, with screwdrivers and nuts and bolts and things like that. So there are actually works here in the classroom that help support that.
There's that tenacity and that continuing of doing it. It really leads to a lot of skills to hang in there and keep at it. Grace and courtesy is a huge part of what we do. And it's also at the core of the peace education.
It's the pleases and thank yous of life. And over we do that every single day. And even though they may not be doing it actively, they're hearing it, they're absorbing it.
Order and consistent guidelines are like the grease to the wheels in the classroom. And that's true of the materials as well as social and emotional work that happens every day. It's important to be able to bring all of the tools that we have with conflict resolution, with social skill building. The ability to insert yourself into a group that's already playing at 3 and 4 years old is a huge skill to be able to learn. It takes specific instruction. They don't have the language yet. That has to be taught the same way that we teach the other things in the classroom.
At a very young age, you see these children, like, coming home at 2 years old and saying, I feel this, I think this, I need this, and really expressing their needs.
Since before the first orientation, the community felt very welcoming here.
It's for your child, then all of a sudden you benefit.
You can't help not be a part of Headwaters once you become a family that's enrolled here. It's just kind of like, this is our community.
1, 2, 3, 4, and Cooper's spot. Ready? I want them to be able to walk out of my room being a person who can look somebody in the eye and speak to them with kindness.
For us to see your child love going to school and love learning and love their friend and love their teacher. Every day she goes to school, she loved it.
I mean, if you're looking for a place for your child that is going to be very individualized and tailored to his or her needs, but as well as foster amazing warmth and positivity and connection. This is definitely the right place.